The end is a dark, space-like dimension consisting of separate islands in the void, made out of endstone. It is inhabited by Endermen and Shulkers. Minecraft's final boss, the Ender Dragon, also spawns when the player first arrives. The end was added in Java Update 1.0, Minecraft's official release to the public. And the last time the end was updated was the Minecraft Java 1.9 Combat Update. So therefore, it has been a while since the end was updated by Mojang. And that begs the question, what can we expect with Minecraft's end update? The new end update. Ever since the Nether was updated, players have been asking Mojang for a new end update. I'll be dividing this video into 4 separate chapters of how I picture the end update to look like. And a disclaimer, this is all an opinion. I'm not saying these features will be on the end or any future update. It's all a speculation. Chapter 1, Biomes. I will be mentioning the Nether update here a lot since these updates will be pretty similar, changing a whole dimension. Update 1.16 overhauls the Nether by adding 4 new biomes: Soul Sand Valley, Basalt Deltas, Crimson Forest, and Warped Forest. The current end dimension has 5 Minecraft biomes, but they all feel and look the same. Do you know why? Because it doesn't have its own aesthetic, its own vibe, its own ambient. I can see Mojang adding new types of forests. Lately they've been adding new types of wood in the game, like the pale oak and mangrove. Mods have tried recreating what this new types of wood could look like. The poison forest, a peaceful biome similar to Warp Forest, but there's an abundance of new mobs, which I'll talk about in the next chapter, and of course the new purple wood. This will be a purple variant of the wood. They'll come with a lot of varieties like stairs, slabs, fences, doors, and vice versa. Mojang has been adding new variants of wood recently, so I won't be surprised if they added more in this update or future update. I can also see Mojang adding more colorful biomes like a Crystal Valley. Similar to Soul Sand Valley, this place will be home to the infamous mobs, the Phantoms. Mojang can still save the Phantoms by giving them an interesting lore. Mojang can expand on this more, like how they did to the Warden and the other mobs. The possibility is endless. Speaking of Phantoms, let's talk about the rest of the mobs here by going into Chapter 2. Mobs. The only way Mojang can save Phantom is if they attack another annoying mob, and that is the Endermites. If the Phantoms are passive in the end dimension, I can see them attacking Endermites similar to how dogs attack sheep and other hostile mobs like the skeletons. Another mobs I can see being added are Fireflies, but with a twist. We know that Mojang has scrapped the Firefly ideas for a while now, but since the end is such a dark and gloomy place, mobs should be more colorful and should stand out from its surroundings. The final mob that I can see being added are Purple Slimes. Similar to magma cubes and slimes, they'll be hostile and when killed, drop purple slimes. Just an alternative to slime blocks. Maybe it'll have its own gimmick like the honey blocks. And speaking of blocks, let's go to the next chapter here, which is number 3, blocks. Of course, in every update we know that there's a lot of block variants that'll be added, but I'm talking about blocks with a new usefulness. Maybe a new redstone device that can teleport items, making items sorter less complicated. This isn't out of the question yet since Mojang has added more redstone devices throughout the years, like the Skulk sensor. But one block that I know will be added in the game, I'm certain of it, will be added in this update, is a new way to set spawn in the end, similar to respawn anchor for the nether or the bed in the overworld. I can see this also being fueled with chorus fruit or a new crafting recipe consisting of this fruit to make it a little harder to recharge your respawn anchor. It'll be a nice feature for the end. And speaking of future, let's talk about the final chapter, chapter 4, features. The last thing I'll talk about here are new armors, and not just armor trimming. I'm talking about an alternative for an endgame armor similar to netherite. This armor will be called enderite. The ores will also be rare and dangerous to mine, similar to the netherite, because you could easily fall in the void. And the reason why armor trimmings were added in this game, because the armor started looking a little boring. So maybe an alternative for the armor to netherite, but similar to the OPness, could be added. This will add more customization and more variety for the end game armors. This will give players reasons to visit the end more often, and not just to get the elytra. They could actually get more varieties for their end game armors and new colors for their color trimmings. And that's all I have for this video. To recap, this is what I think should be added to the game: Purple Forest, Crystal Valley, new purple wood and the wood varieties, dragonflies and purple slimes, and enderites. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.